Hello, welcome to another installment of Comparative Reasoning. I'm your host, Sidra Kennedy, and joining me is the hostess of the mostest. That would be Sidra Owens. Popped her. I'm grubbing. I'm eating cashews.
It's just an update, and I'll go ahead and kick it off.
There's a COVID-19 update on how things have been, and we'll talk a smidge about it. But she's on lunch break right now, so she's gonna. She's gonna headline this. So go ahead, girlie. That's my woman talking, y'all.
So, folks are getting vaccinated. That's great. Folks are getting vaccinated at a rate in this country, which is better than a lot of other countries. That is great. And the fact that vaccines are out and people are getting vaccinated causing people to act stupid.
Yep.
Stupid as usual.
No one's thinking about this vaccine is going to be outdated in a few months. It's actually already
especially
outdated.
With all these different variants coming around. Yeah, it's going to offer you some protection, but not from these other variants which are spreading.
The flu vaccine don't protect you from the cold or malaria or anything like that. Keep that in mind.
Here's the rundown. So I think it was, I want to say it was 17, either 15 or 17 states have rising COVID cases.
Oh, wait, Texas Roadhouse.
I'm gonna get there.
I'm doing my bad. Okay.
You said you're gonna let me head it up.
I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
Thank you. So 15 or 17 states is one of them. I believe it's 17. They're having a rising COVID cases, while the rest of the states are having a plateau. Plateau is when there's a real flat, straight line, people. And as it's kind of, no, I don't know if it's common sense, but when you got a plateau, that's usually the prelude to another increase. Around here where we are, I'm not divulging. I don't know if Sidra has in the past, but I'm not. There's been in 2 days it was like a spike of 50,000 cases. In Florida, where all the spring breakers are down there acting stupid, they had to put an 8 p.m. curfew in Miami, and the police are out there trying to enforce it because, you know, it's a goddamn pandemic. Europe is in the midst of a third wave. They're calling it a third wave. They're having to have cities on lockdown because the ICUs cannot cope with all the people coming in having to be in there.
Europe is in a third wave because they had it. They curtailed, they reduced, they plateaued, they went up. They reduced, they went down, they plateaued at that low level, and now they're up again.
Let's see, what else? The CEO of Texas Roadhouse, you know, I don't know him personally, but from what they were saying, he was quite the philanthropist. Veterans ate free. He contributed to building veteran housing. And whether you agree or disagree with what the, you know, people going to war supposedly for us, when vets come back, they're fucked. They can't get treatment, they can't get housing, they can't get jobs. And, you know, they did volunteer to go over there and fight for whatever cause was to be fought for. But it's fucked up. They get over here and they can't even live their lives. They got PTSD. They're fucked up. So the CEO of Texas Roadhouse, you know, he donated, let them eat free, donated so they can, you know, build homes for them, different things like that, not just veterans, but other things like that. He committed suicide. After battling COVID, okay, he didn't have the virus anymore, but all the side effects that you're left with, he was struggling with severely, and he committed suicide.
What side effects did what did COVID do to him?
The biggest one they talked about is tinnitus, which is that ringing in the ear. And what it said was they don't know if COVID can cause tinnitus, but if you have tinnitus before you get COVID, when you get COVID, it makes it worse. Now, there are all kinds of things that people can't live with. And a constant ringing in the ears might just be one of them, depending upon that person. I saw some bullshit things in the comments like a CEO's dead. Is that really a bad thing? I'm like, fuck you, man, okay? Not every CEO is a money grubbing dick. And be a person first.
Yep.
Be a person first.
But I'll be honest with you, as bad off as things are, you get sick and tired of all the CEOs making so much money and showing nothing.
When COVID hit, he gave up his salary and his bonuses to make sure his frontline workers in his restaurants kept getting paid.
They had to keep going to the restaurant working, right?
I mean, yeah, they're working in his restaurant, but he gave up his pay so they can still keep working and get paid.
That's awesome, but he also made sure to stay in the position of spreading and contracting COVID-19.
That's true, but he didn't fire all of them either like Gordon Ramsay did. Oh, you're fired and that's it. I mean, unfortunately, with this pandemic, you have to take the good with the bad, and there's no clear thing to do for everyone's benefit other than having UBI or something like that. And UBI is a long way.
No, there's a way he could have ran a restaurant without firing anybody and still maintaining it. There's a way, but he didn't want to do that.
I don't know what he wanted to do.
He did it. That's how you know what he wanted to do.
Okay.
He did it. I'm not saying not to give a shit about him, but people think in terms of money, not in terms of true humanity, and that's the difference. And that's most likely why people are like, well, CEO dead, do we really give a shit? And besides, they're most likely privileged people anyway, so they're going to say that, especially when they don't have to really give up anything anyway. And if they did give up something, then they're glad that somebody that had more money gave up more. That's really all that is. Hurt people, hurt people.
Yeah, that's true. So my overarching theme is this shit is not over. I'm going to be graduating soon, and they're having face-to-face graduations and inviting people who missed their graduation because of COVID last year to come on in and graduate. I'm like, what? They're trying to they're sending the kids back to school. Schools are having to close down because COVID is spreading. Yes, I do. People don't think. People are stupid. And they're so desperate for things to get back to normal when normal is never going to be normal again. They're desperate to travel. Travel to what? Another country where they've got COVID? You're going to be stuck there having to quarantine and then what? Come back? People is so stupid. So this thing isn't over. It's not over. So don't fool yourself. Whatever the smooth taste is, don't let it fool you because it's not over.
Don't let the smooth taste fool you. People want things when they're told they can't have it. So you got privileged people. I say privileged because they don't have to worry about anything. They just go out and do what they do. You are privileged if you can go out and not worry. You are privileged if you think that COVID-19 is still a hoax. You are privileged if you think it's just the flu. You are privileged if you downgrade it, downplay it, think less of it. You are in the privileged zone if you don't give a damn that right now, way over 500,000 people have died from direct COVID-19 or COVID-19 related illness, meaning they've got something, COVID-19 boosted it, they dead. You don't care. You don't care that they might have survived COVID-19, but cannot handle the far degraded, lower quality of life that they have and just take their own life. So yeah, there should be COVID-19 related suicide. There should be that because it diminishes your quality of life to the point where you feel like you don't have a life. You know, I know it's going to sound really bullshitty. I get it. I know it. But if you've ever seen Doctor Who in the first rebooted seasons or continued but new seasons, David Tennant, when the Master returns, he has the sound in the drums in his head, and he loses his mind because of it. All right. So imagine with tinnitus, you got this, that when you watch movies and then boom, you hear that, and it's all
the time.
Imagine that.
Not to mention, who knows what other problems. He might have had breathing problems. He might have had clotting problems. He might have been suffering from depression, and that was enough to push him.
That's all it takes is a little push. So you got people going out there with spring break, woohoo, woohoo, whatever, woohoo. They're going to get it, spread it, do stupid stuff. It's a spike. You know what's actually, you know what else? All these other little parties, spring break. Then you've got 4th of July. You're going to have the cookouts. You're going to have the family reunions. There are going to be major spikes. And by the time summer's done, it's going to be massive deaths again because people are too goddamn stupid to keep their dumbasses in the house. 3 months in the house and it be done, vaccine or not. 3 months in the house, vaccine or not. $1.65 trillion. One time, no, 3 times. That's it. And you know what? No. Because the $1.65 trillion is 1 year for every single U.S. inhabitant. 1 year, $5,000 per month for 1 year. $1.65 trillion. That's it. But they can't afford that. They can't even give us half that. But yet the military gets to get their 1.10 trillion. The billionaires get to get in 3 months their 11+ trillion dollars.
All those Fortune 500 companies that are in so dire need of those billions of dollars that they have to get in welfare because they're suffering.
Stay inside 3 months, a total of $15 million per household. Well, not 15 million, but 15. 5,000. Yeah, $15,000. That's all it takes. Sorry, cashew's real good. But this is why those people are like, so a CEO dies, who gives a damn? That's why they're like that. Because they get the trillions and we can barely get hundreds. Just think about that. They get trillions when they already make billions and 100 billions, and we don't even get hundreds. Your problem, and oh, it's so in your damn face. It's in all of your faces. All of it. Everyone. You wanted Trump gone, he's gone. Then you get the Democrats to take over, and now you're complacent. There's no Black Lives Matter. There's nothing. And they said, if we get Georgia, you get the $2,000. And now they lied. They said, now you get the $1,400. What? You missing $600. Well, you already got $600. We're going to give you $1,400. It's going to add up. And there's been months of arguing over the stimulus package. But when it comes to helping the CEOs and whatnot, right then and there. That's why people don't give a shit when the CEO dies. They don't give a damn. No matter how much of a humanitarian they tried to be, allegedly. They don't give a damn. One less CEO, who gives a fuck? Because of this. Because of this. That's why. It's in your face, people. Everything that will be, has been, and shall be is in your face. It is up to you to legitimately back out of the two-party system and vote for something else. If you don't do it, then you're saying, I like as fucked up as it is. That's really the end result. If you don't do something different, you are saying, I like it as fucked up as it is. And that's the truth. Debate me on it. You'll lose. This has been Cedric and Sidra for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.